Do you remember when I said this?
So I'm completely blowing up and rebuilding my entire business. It's a little crazy, honestly.
Yeah, that was back in like June or July. I've talked a little bit about it here and there on these videos, but I wanted to show you what blowing up the business looked like, what we're doing to rebuild it, and what we're doing going forward. Okay, so like I mentioned in that video and throughout some other stuff, I've spent the majority of the last like 4 years, and that sounds crazy, but it's not, but it is, but whatever. I've spent a long time kind of waddling on top of this fence that is creator Jessica and business owner Jessica. And like having one foot on one side of the fence and one foot on the other side of the fence does not do anybody any good. And I can tell you for sure, 100%, hands down, that it has drastically impacted my income and really kind of my goals and things like that in my business, because I don't ever know which direction I'm going. Or I guess I should say I didn't know. I do now. I have a better handle on everything now. Because when I'm sitting here like, oh, I want to just like create videos and work with brands and do the things, and that's my income, that's a very different day-to-day business and business plan and goal setting than if I'm saying, oh, I am using YouTube to grow my business. I am selling courses and digital products, and I'm doing launches, and I'm doing things like that, which is what I've always done. And so these two things are very, very different in how I approach goal setting and how my months go and how my days go and what the videos are about and what the content is and all the things. And so when I teeter-totter between the two, I'm constantly like, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's where blowing up the business came in, because I had so many offers and courses and digital products and things that were just out there that were so distant from each other that none of it made sense together. Like I had this masterclass over here for business owners and for funnels and like conversions and like really high-end stuff, and then I had this one over here for like iMovie. You know, and so things just were not working together. And a lot of my content was like really polar opposites too. I was talking to the creator, I was talking to the business owner. And to be honest, I've done a little bit of that still since I decided to blow up the business. But a lot of that was testing. A lot of that was kind of seeing where things fall. And I can confidently say that I am on the journey to rebuild the business, to know exactly what direction we're going in, and I'm really freaking pumped. All right, so I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy iPad because I feel like it will make the most sense. So ideally in a business that actually works, especially like a digital business where, you know, I'm building an audience and I'm selling courses and I'm selling things and I'm teaching you how to make money, right? Ideally, all of the offers kind of flow into each other. So you might have like offer 1, and then offer 2, and I hope y'all love my drawings. I was never an artist, right? So, but like offer 1, 2, and 3 that might do something, but all 3 of these flow into offer 4, and then this one flows into offer 5. Like you get the point, right? So ideally, that's the way business is structured when you're selling things like this. And before the blow up, my business looked a lot like this. Like we had this offer over here, we had this offer here, we had this offer here, this one here, this one over here, and really like none of them had much to do with each other. So that wasn't super fun. So my main goal was to kind of restructure things and figure out what this looks like. But in order to do that, I have to know who I want to talk to and what I want to sell long term. Right? Where my expertise lies the most is in teaching business owners how to use YouTube to grow their business, right? How to use YouTube to be the top of the funnel, how to use YouTube to promote their offers and sell their high ticket programs and things like that, right? And so I kept kind of coming back to that, but really struggling with like exactly what that looked like, because in the last few years, because of my own like, where am I in this process? I've had this like, am I talking to business owners or am I talking to creators? Because in all honesty, I'm going to talk to them in a different way. I'm going to talk to the business owner in a different way about the things I want to talk about than I would the creator. And to give you an example of that, if I was going to talk about digital products, right? Then to the creator, the way I would talk about that would be, as a stream of income to become a full-time creator, right? A stream of income to become a creator. An additional way to make money beyond brand deals, right? Like this is the kind of language I would use. But if I'm going to talk about digital products to the business owner, I'm going to talk about like creating a 6-figure digital product or adding digital products to their service, their existing like service that they do, right? So like very different ways that I'm going to talk about that. The same thing goes with YouTube, right? If I'm going to talk to the creator about YouTube, I am going to talk about like subscribers and growing on the platform, and thumbnails and all of this stuff, right? Which all of that stuff is important to the business owner too. But if I'm talking to the business owner about YouTube, then I'm going to talk about it more as a top of the funnel type of situation. So, well, I did not spell that right. Just ignore that. So I'm going to use more words that talk to the business owner than I would the creator if I'm going to talk to the business owner, right? So you might see here how this is a dilemma and what I've kind of been struggling with when it comes to blowing up the business and how I want to rebuild it back. But here is the real situation. There is more money for me talking about the business owner side of things. Creators aren't going to pay as much for the same knowledge as a business owner would. And I have to do a lot of, I promise you need this, and really talking them into the fact that they need these things for creators, because creators come into this space and they just want to create, which I understand. I also love create, but business owners come into this space and they say, hey, how can I use YouTube to grow my leads, grow my sales, and make me more money? That mindset and that kind of thing is what I love to talk about. It's where I thrive. When I get asked to speak at conferences, this is what I'm talking about. When I get asked to be on podcasts, this is what I'm talking about. And here's the thing too, this is what I've done for the last blue million years. Can I incorporate affiliate marketing and brand deals in here because I've done those too and they're more on the creator side? Yes. But this like businessy side, that's what I've done for almost a decade. So for me, it makes the most sense to do this. So all of that being said, remember when I said like most of your offers need to kind of tie into each other? That's where the rebuilding has gone. So I have a course that I've had for years, okay? And it's called YouTube Sales Accelerator. I actually have 2 versions of this: YouTube Sales Accelerator for business owners and YouTube Rockstars for creators. And again, this was me not being sure where the hell I wanted to sit in this thing, okay? And I've got more to say about that in a second, but for now, let's stick to the topic, Jessica and your ADHD. Okay, I have this course called YouTube Sales Accelerator. It is the course that I charge the most for. It is the most in-depth course that I have. It is the course that I have sold for years, like years and years and years. It is the course where people see the most results. It is the course where I have expertise here that a lot of other people do not have. There are a lot of people on YouTube trying to teach you how to grow on YouTube. There are a lot of people trying to teach creators how to create and be a YouTuber. And that is not where this comes in. This teaches you how to be on YouTube for your business. And that is a huge piece of my expertise because it's what I've done for 8 years or so, right? So when I look at kind of where I want all of this to funnel into, I really want to talk to the people who sell digital products and courses who want to use YouTube to sell these things, right? And I could just leave that there. I could just be like, that's my expertise. If you have a digital product or a course, then this is what I sell to you. But the problem there is that I do have all of these resources teaching you how to make digital products and courses. I have a blue million YouTube videos that still do really well that teach you how to make digital products and courses. And so in my brain, I really wanted to take it a step back and kind of make everything that I offer a big offer suite so that everything that I offered led into each other. So what we're doing right now is we're finessing and kind of caressing, redoing, things like that. All of the courses that sit in kind of this top part that teach you how to create digital products or courses, right? And then taking those into courses that teach you about funnels and like retargeting for like ads and things like that. Because this is all really important, even if you are using YouTube as the top of your funnel. Teaching people how to launch these digital products and courses. And then once they have this established, teaching them how to use YouTube to grow it, okay? So that's my YouTube Sales Accelerator. That's why I put the X there. I put the X before the sales. But anyway, so all of this works together to me to create a suite of products that takes someone from creating their digital products, getting all of the funnels and everything set up that they need to have set up to make this work, and then teaching them this on a high level. So if you have seen anything that I've done lately, you know that I'm really focusing right now on a course I have called Your Viral Digital Product. Oh, I didn't put the word digital in there. So just pretend I did. And this is a $97 course that we've put in a small offer funnel, okay? And one of the other things that I've really tried to do is have this be something where I can have ads running to it that I know work and organic content from YouTube because, you know, that's what I do, that running to it that work, right? Because if I can double up organic and paid, it's just going to be better for everybody. So this has been a huge focus, but a huge piece of the focus has been, of course, like, okay, I'm teaching people how to make digital products, you know, but I'm also testing my sales pages, my funnels, the ads that I talked about earlier, the organic promotion, all of that. So when I go to redo the course that I have about how to create a course, which is called Course Academy, then I have all of this stuff done and I just have to recreate the content to bring it up to date a little bit. And then I can use everything I've learned here to teach all of this and pile all of this together to teach you how to use YouTube to make your monies. So this is what rebuilding the business looks like for me and my company. We are going to have top-level programs that are entry-level programs that get people and our ideal person in the door. So we're going to teach them about digital products and courses, like how to actually create them and market them and things like that. We are then going to take that down and we're going to teach them how to build funnels for this, how to launch these, how to create evergreen sales. So they're making sales every single day, right? And all of these types of things are more minimally priced courses. Like this is $97. It has the potential to be more because it's in a funnel. This one is going to be $199 with the potential to be more in a funnel. This kind of just depends on how we're teaching it and where we're teaching it. Same thing here and same thing here, but these are all going to be like more minimally priced things that get people like through the funnel. Because if I can get them a working funnel, if I can get them a working digital product, and I can get them to build a funnel, and I can get them to learn how to launch it, and I can get them to put it on Evergreen, then we can turn on the spigot, if you will, of YouTube. And all of this stuff that I taught them here just continually runs here on YouTube, spitting out money after money after money after money after money. And that's the goal. And something that I kind of forgot to mention in there is that I can still do brand deals and I can still work with brands and do affiliates. And that's what I've always done as long as they fit into this. And so moving forward, I'm kind of going back to the basics in how the business worked before and trying to like remember where my expertise is and what I'm an expert in and how I can really help people. And I think I get frustrated because, and I think we all do in the industry, because there's like, the MRR industry, and digital products now is kind of an icky word, even though it shouldn't be. It's just a digital thing that you should be able to sell. And things like that. And I get really in my head, but having a course, having a finish line and having a course mapped out to get to that finish line really helps me stay that course. And I'm still constantly battling this, like, do you want to be a creator thing? But the way that I've really settled into that is I don't love having to vlog my life. I don't love doing content that to me feels like there's no point. I absolutely love creating content where you're learning something, or I'm showing you something, or, where I'm teaching you something in some way. And also, as much as I love tech and cameras and microphones and things like that, and I do want to talk about them, because for you to be on YouTube, you have to know these kind of things. You have to know what mics are best, what camera is best, all of that. But to be a tech YouTuber, I don't want to be the person who has to stay up to date on all the things all the time. And so for me, I'm like, okay, I really thrive teaching this stuff that I just mapped out for you. Digital products and courses and funnels, and then using YouTube as the top of the funnel and driving it all, and all of these things. And I am going to map out a huge, huge program that teaches you exactly how to build a business just like mine, to build a 6-figure, 7-figure business just like mine that I have created and done for the last 8+ years. That's where I thrive. And if I want to create a video that's more fun and whatever, cool, I'm gonna do it, And if it's relevant to you guys, I'll put it on this channel. And if it's not, it may be something that I just keep for myself, or I put on my other channel that I haven't put anything on in a year. And that is okay. And I'm okay with that. And I think that's the point I needed to get to. And I think a lot of getting to that point was seeing how much I had completely tanked my own income. I did that. I wasn't launching. I wasn't promoting anything. I was never talking about anything for sale. I was selling stuff still because I had all these YouTube videos, not to toot my own horn, but all these YouTube videos that taught the things, and then I would link to the paid things, and people would buy the things, which is literally what I teach. But I wasn't fully dedicated to that because I was so on the fence, because I have ADHD and because multi-passionate runs through my veins. And so one day I woke up and I was like, why in the world am I doing this to myself? Why am I waiting? It's Monday, November 4th when I'm recording this. And we are now 6 weeks late on a payment from a brand that I worked with. And a month before that, we had to fight another brand to get us money. And so it's why am I, that's so annoying to me. I want to work with brands, and I'm excited to work with brands, and you will see me work with brands, but that is not where I want to fully put all of my eggs in a basket. And so if you've been hey, Jessica, how is rebuilding the business going? That's what it looks like. And I can actually show you on my marketing calendar what this looks like. And I'll kind of explain how I use this to dictate everything else that I do, right? And I've done this for years. Okay, so here in November, you'll see here that I have a Black Friday promo on Black Friday. Actually, that's on Thursday, but let's move it over to Friday. And essentially what this is gonna be is it's going to be a bundle of everything you need to create a viral digital product, the funnel that it lives in, and then the ads that actually fuel it so that you're getting leads in from ads in addition to any organic content that you're doing, okay? So that's gonna be the Black Friday promo, okay? So stay tuned if you wanna grab that. It's gonna be really good, and there's some really cool bonuses that are gonna come with it. But that's what we're doing in November. Then if we click over to December, there's a lot of things here that we wanna have done. I wanna have funnels running for the ads course plus the low-cost luxury course, which is all gonna be in the Black Friday promotion. And then update the shop page to kind of have put things back that we're incorporating back into the funnels. And then I'm going to, in December, redo Course Academy, which is my course on how to create courses, so that it's up to date, so that everything is really high end, because that's a big focus of mine going forward. Is I think I've really focused on really, really beginners, and oh my gosh, let me explain to you what a funnel is, or let me explain to you how to turn on your camera. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm redoing these courses to go high level, like to truly go high level, not have Googleable questions as like the premise of the course. So for instance, my viral digital product course is Digi Product School, which I've had for years, but Digi Product School was like, okay, here's what a digital product is. Here's this thing. If you want to create it, you can do it on Etsy or you can do it over here. And I don't want to teach that. I want to teach you how to actually take a digital product, put it in a funnel, and start running traffic to it so that you're making money from this digital product like that without an audience, without having to learn Etsy, like all of these things on a high level kind of thing. So that's why we redid Digi Product School, turned it into VDP, okay? Course Academy is gonna stay Course Academy, but I'm redoing it again to go higher level. How can you create this high level course that's going to cause people to want to buy and all of these things, right? So I'm gonna do that in December. Now, these are all things that are going in funnels and probably won't have a big launch associated with them in the moment. And by the way, this is a flexible calendar, so I can add things. I will add things to it as we go. But in January, I'm gonna do a big YouTube Sales Accelerator launch, and with that program completely being redone and higher end. And then in February, I don't have anything on the calendar. In March, I want to do a big program launch, and I'll explain more about that later. Have funnels all set up into the big program so that after I launch it, now it works on its own, and I'm just having to feed the top of it, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll see throughout this calendar that there's different launches and different incentives or initiatives that we're working towards to rebuild the business. And all of it culminates in, I want digital product creators and course creators to know how to make the most money from their digital products and their courses with both paid advertising and organic content. And my version of the best way to do organic content to promote these things is YouTube. And so all of this together will be something where you can be like, oh, I literally know nothing, and I want to go from nothing to $100,000 in the next 6 months. This is the program, this is the girl, these are the things that I need to learn in order to do that. And then, by the way, I use this calendar to plan my content. So then I use this calendar to be like, oh, I'm doing a Black Friday promotion. Okay, what does my content need to look like leading up to that? Oh, I'm doing, this other thing over here. What does my content need to look like leading up to that? And that way I'm never struggling for content ideas. I'm never struggling with what to do. I always know that everything is kind of leading into each other. And that was honestly a huge piece of what's been missing for me in the last couple years is making things work together. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants on YouTube, flying by the seat of my pants in the business, and neither of the two things were working together because of me, because of my brain, because of my scatteredness, and no more scatteredness. 2025 is going to be the year of focused Jessica, because that's what I need and that's what you need. And we're all gonna get through this together. And that's the goal, is to make everything so much better for both of us. So yeah, if you haven't grabbed Viral Digital Product, it is linked below. I really wanted to show behind the scenes of all of this because if you're a business owner, I feel like we all go through this. We all go through this oh, what am I doing? Existential crisis kind of situation. And especially when we've been doing this for a long time. I saw a girl on my Instagram stories yesterday. I think it was an ad. And this is a girl that I knew back in 2016, 2017, and I really haven't thought about her much since. And this ad came across my stories, and she literally is still teaching the same thing she was teaching back in 2017, 2018, or whenever I knew her. And I literally was like, wow. I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have stayed focused. I wish I could have really been this is where I live. But I think I also have to learn from my own mistakes. And I feel like sometimes showing you my mistakes can help you learn from my mistakes so you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. And also being multi-passionate is a thing. And sometimes stuff happens. And sometimes we go on autopilot or we go in a different direction and we have to course correct, and it happens. It's a thing. So anywho, that's where we're at. Rebuilding the business. Stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, I hope y'all Have a great rest of your day. Bye.